Solo queue is unpredictable, so you can always see some unexpected turn of events. But one thing will always be constant, and that is the late game. And we all know we need MM to carry when the game goes late. So let us talk about them in this video. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we will discuss the top 10 marksmen that can effectively carry your team in solo queue.
As you guys know, this video has redeem codes and I want to congratulate the winners of our previous video. Thank you for participating. And similarly, this video will have hidden codes too. Find it from the video and redeem it at Kazukiofficialstore.com and your diamonds will be delivered instantly.
In the 10th position, we have Hanabi. Yes, it might be odd, but Hanabi work wonders in solo queue. Many of you guys might want to point out that her ultimate keeps missing and her survivability can be very weak in the early game. And that is why I want to give you some tips for her. All the shield effects make her immune, so make sure you use edges because this spell can be cast while being CC'd and you will be able to remove the control effects. For the build, I would suggest you the Golden Demon build as this build works really great with Hanabi. And for the best experience, remember to use the Edges spell to get shield and purify effect. After that, we have Leslie in the 9th spot. Now if you rank on the solo queue, you might have seen her being played and the true damage hurts like hell. This is one of the reasons even tanks fear her in the late game. Let me show you guys the gameplay. Here you can see that she's playing with the Edges spell and she is easily bursting their nuts off. The player didn't even equip her with boots so that she can have enough damage to kill the enemy. Let me also give you an amazing trick. If the enemy HP is just one shot away and their team is blocking your ultimate, use your second skill towards left or right to reposition yourself and hit the target. For builds, I would suggest you guys to use the Berserker's Fury for the crit damage, Endless Battle for the extra 2 damage and get 2 Blades of Despairs after that. This is to ensure that you get the most damage from her basic attacks and burst down the low HP targets. After that, on the 8th spot, I want to keep Clint. He is very easy to learn and play. You just need to use your skill and then the basic attack to trigger his passive. His second ability is also very helpful for making a quick escape by immobilizing enemies. You will be able to use one trick for Clint. When the turret or the enemy HP is very low and you don't have your dash skill to follow up the enemy, try using the ultimate randomly to trigger his passive and then use the basic attack. You will easily be able to reach the enemy with his passive damage and eliminate them. For Clint, I would suggest you to build the Magic Shoes for the CD reduction, Endless Battle for the true damage and Hunter Strike for the penetration and enhanced movement speed. I would also suggest you to build the Blade of Despair and Malefic Roar for the damage and penetration in the late game and Rose Gold to sustain. On the 7th spot, we have Nathan. Nathan's best feature will be his ability to deal magic damage with his basic attacks. He can even increase his movement and attack speed when dealing damage with his skills. And you will be able to stack it up to 6 times. This also benefits you as when you 1 vs 1 against an MM, they cannot use the Wind of Nature to counter your damage. He is very good at clearing the turrets, especially because of his ultimate ability. When hitting the turret, make sure you place your ultimate behind you and make use of the reverse clone ability. This will also help you escape from surprising gank initiation. For Nathan, I use the Magic Shoes for cooldown, Feather of Heaven for extra damage and attack speed, Genius Wand for the magic defense reduction, Holy Crystal for enhanced magic damage, Golden Staff to double down the basic attack effects, and Concentrated Energy for the regen. On the 6th spot, I want to mention Claude. Yeah, he is kind of intermediate level MM, but when situations are right, you might be able to go for a solo rank push easily. Let me tell you the benefits. He can clear minion waves pretty easily using the ultimate, which gives him a lot of time to rotate and join to take objectives like the Lord or the Turtle. Being an MM, he has a very good blink skill, plus you can have more movement and attack speed by using the first skill. For Claude, the only trick that I would suggest to you will be to build steel leg plates in the early game. This will make him sustain and farm further until he gets his essential items. And if you want the full build, you can build the usual golden demon build because this build suits him perfectly. On the 5th spot, I want to put 1-1. She's also an intermediate level MM, but you will be able to use her effectively when you know the tricks to play her. She has lot of advantages over other MM such as her unlimited dash, her immune skill and her ultimate. One of the basic tips that you would need to get her unlimited dash will be to go to setting and turn off the attack assist. This lets you dash around by using her basic attack. You might as well want to replace her boots out with other items by turning this feature off. Here's a build that you can try out. You can use the corrosion scythe for attack speed, DHS for the bursting down tanks, Wind Talker for more attack speed, Wind of Nature also gives you attack speed and active ability, Malefic Roar for penetration and Rose Gold for some essential defense for diving in to activate your ultimate. Next we have Moscow in the 4th spot. He is one of the most popular MM in the meta right now as he is very easy to use, plus he can escape effortlessly and also CC enemies. Make sure you try to hit as many enemies with your basic attacks to get faster cooldown for your first and second skill. Here's a full build that you can try out in the ranks. Everyone is building the Demon Hunter Sword, Corrosive Scythe and the Golden Staff build. But I would suggest you to try both the critical hit builds and the golden demon build to check which one suits you the most. Then on the 3rd, I want to suggest Beatrix to you guys. She is also another easy to use MM. You can easily play her using the Nibiru and Banet combo. And also you get to use both of the ultimates simultaneously, which lets you have a maximum DPS in the game. You will have to strategize and keep your distance when you play her. And you will need to be at least of an intermediate level to use all of her weapons. The more weapon you can use, the better. Trick: you can use Banet and Renner to destroy the turrets by staying outside of the turret range. Beatrix owns a different set of builds. You need the Blade of Despair to put more damage on her skills. Hunter Strike can easily be activated because her skill can deal multiple damages on a single cast. Malefic Roar for the late game penetration, Hose Claws for the lifesteal and Wind of Nature to defend against physical attacks. After that, on the 2nd spot we have Melissa, and she is on 2nd because of her early game advantage due to her skill 2. She can zone the enemies with her 2nd skill and this also helps her in exerting double damage. Her ultimate gives her damage reduction and also helps in stopping other close range fighters or tanks from coming near her. As she is very easy to use, you will be able to use her 2nd skill to tag her Joel onto the enemies and then use the basic attacks on the creeps or any minions to deal damage to the enemy without going inside the turret. And you can use the normal golden demon build on her with Hose Claws and Wind of Nature for more sustain. And as the top MM, I would like to put Brody in here. As you will be going solo, Brody is one MM that will be able to hold heroes like Hayabusa from approaching you, as you will be able to CC them using the 2nd skill very easily. He also has a versatile set of builds and mostly you will find Brody users to build a semi-tank and damage build. You will need to be used to his skill to be effective in ranks. So I will also say that practicing him in the classic match will be the only thing that make you better at using him. Let me show you a simple trick to using his skills. When you use him, try to use his first skill through minions. This way you will be able to mark the enemies with 4 sticks easily and you will be able to deal more damage with your basic attack and ultimate. Here's a build that you can try out. Use the Warrior Boots for more defense, Blade of Eptases for the extra damage, Malefic Roar for the penetration, Wind of Nature to defend from physical attacks, Blade of Despairs will let you deal more damage using your ultimate, and lastly you can get the immortality to survive. And that was all for the top 10 MM to reach Mythic in solo queue. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have a different list in your mind, do mention it in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.